Hello everybody and welcome back to Age of Wonders Planetfall as the Psy Syndicate, and welcome back to our new capital name, which is Krythus. That's right, I did take the comment suggestion from Ice Lord Cryo. He didn't necessarily name the city, but he named the region that we landed in. He's been a regular on the channel for quite a while now. He's actually done a lot of fan fiction stories of certain events in certain episodes and series, so I thought it was kind of nice to name something after him for once, so you know, we have that. But I did see a lot of your other suggestions, and I do like a lot of them, so I will be using them in future city names. So if you do have something else that you'd like to suggest, then please just, keep suggesting them. Other than that, though, I think we're ready to go here. So last I left off, I was just about to end the first turn, so we'll actually go ahead and do that. Alright, perfect. And now we're going to get our scout out of the sea, where this Marauder camp is stationed, because that is pretty deadly. So let's move away. Let's go over to whatever this is. A crashed surveyor drone? Okay, that's an Imperial energy stash, so we'll get energy from this, but I don't know what this will give us. So you know what? Let's go over here first. Okay, and then we're going to move the army. So technically, because we just built that central biofarm, it looks like our food production actually shot up. We're up to 30 food per turn now, which is great. So it looks like, I think our next population is going to be next turn. Yeah, growth in one turn. So we can actually annex a sector next turn. And annexing sectors basically works, I think I said it last episode, but one sector every 4 populations. So on our first 4 population, we can annex our first sector. And because we just got that bonus to food, I think the next step is to go for science, maybe? There is a... Okay, so this district down here is actually specialized in food, because there's an aquatic algae farm. However, it's guarded by that marauding base, so I can't actually take care of this right now, because I don't really have any units that can fly across the water and deal with this, this encampment. So we're going to have to build something in the water to actually combat these marauders. But in the meantime, we'll probably go ahead and see if we can clear out this landmark. This landmark being the Spatial Engineering Center. Millions of minds searching for the secrets of the universe in harmony, dreaming of a world where anything is possible. Core Unified Research Laboratories, yeah. So this, of course, is a landmark. Landmarks come in 3 tiers, obviously the third one being the, not the worst, because they're all good, but it's the least beneficial of the, the 3 tiers. Then the second one is silver, the first one is gold. If you find a gold one, it's probably guarded by, like, insane amount of units, but if you conquer those units, you'll gain an insane reward. So there's obviously benefits to trying to go after that. But regardless, this is ours, right next door. It's a level 3 tier landmark that gives us 20 science per turn and 2 research colony slots. We might actually go over there and attack. What's their combat strength? 460. Okay, ours is 670, but if we also go ahead and add the mod to the runners, this would increase their arc damage. And I think it's going to be worth it. So actually, yeah, we'll mod this one unit in particular, because the other unit that we have out there is our scout, and that hopefully will not see combat at all. So we'll just mod this one, save our cosmite and energy. We will call this the charging runners. Yeah, perfect. All right. So of course this will take 1 turn, but we will move up right next to them. Now, because the Growth is actually an NPC faction, we will have to declare war on that faction itself, so we might see some repercussions in that regard, but I think it is worth it, because this structure, usually they're not going to spawn right next to your capital, so this is actually a great boon for us, because, I mean, it's right there. So if we can actually clear this out, which we definitely can, they are less power than we are, and then capture this sector, it's going to be very, very beneficial for us. The central biofarm,
ready.
Yep, it's done, which we can go ahead and work on something else. Now, we do actually have another building that we could build, which is the Specialist Training Center, which unlocks the Syndicate Overseer. So we already have one of those, and they are great, but I think that's not a priority. We might want another unit, and it looks like we do have another unit down here, which is the Syndicate Enforcer. And I think the Enforcer is a melee unit? Yeah, they have, like, Psy Gauntlets, which is pretty cool. They have Psy Tech Strike and Bone Crusher. Yeah, let's grab one of these units. Okay, and then I guess we'll work on this. It's not a priority, but it's not something I really need right now either, but it's good later on, so it's, I don't know, we'll just get it anyway. Now we can set our military research. So we have, basically, you have to wait a turn before you can actually set your military and society research. Age of Wonders Planetfall has 2 simultaneous researchers, so we have military and society. It's kind of like Civilization 6, where you have civics and then you have science. In this case, it's military and society. So this is your economy, doctrines, and operations, whereas military is your own race's military tech, psionics tech, arc tech, and your secret technology tech. Of course, these will change depending on what your focus is for your race, but regardless, we can choose one. So, in terms of our secret technology, which is pretty devastating as you get stronger and stronger, the first tech is Foreboding Darkness, and that is... Oh, that's a perfect sun logo! Really? I want that to be my emblem for this civilization. Why isn't that in the emblem screen? Damn it. Alright, well, Foreboding Darkness gives us a tactical operation, so something we could use in battle that's pretty powerful. So target enemy units take 20 psionic damage and suffers massive impact. In addition, there is a strength 8 chance to apply Broken Mind, which reduces morale and psionic resistance for 3 turns. That's actually pretty powerful. So we're actually probably going to grab this first, but I will take a look at what this one is as well. So, Mark of the Dark Sun. That's actually very perfect, considering our commander, named Sol Tenebris, means Dark Sun in Latin. That's absolutely perfect. So anyway, this unit gains 4 resistance. Also, each time they deal a killing blow, they gain Dark Reward until end of combat, meaning it increases their damage by 20% per stack to a maximum of 3 stacks. Additionally, this mod grants the unit 10% increased damage on all abilities. Holy shit! That is actually a really, really good mod. Okay, yeah, you know what? Foreboding Darkness. Absolutely. I don't even know what these are over here. This is another tactical operation, which deals 8 arc damage and causes high impact. It's kind of like what we already have. We have another mod, which is defense. So we have shields, which is pretty nice. We have over here in our race, we have exploitive targeting systems, so we can increase our accuracy and gain a bonus to flanking, as well as another tactical operation, which is basically a support operation. It allows you to blind a certain amount of units in a hex radius, which is pretty nice. But yeah, I think I want Foreboding Darkness. So let's go ahead and work on that. As for society, like I said, is more economic. I think the first one we absolutely should go after is Frontier Facilities. Frontier Facilities being, of course, the tech that gives you the colonizer, so you can colonize new cities. The standard military infrastructure, which allows you to upgrade your colony militia, which I will talk about in 1 second, and the recreational dome, which allows for greater happiness. So we'll go ahead and work on this. Okay. Every city that you have can be left undefended, because they're technically not undefended. They actually have a colony militia inside, so if they are under attack, they can defend themselves. However, you do need to upgrade their militia to more powerful units. They start off pretty worse off. Currently, our colony militia power is only 280. So if we did build this building right here, it would upgrade it by about... Well, it doesn't even say what it upgrades it to, but it upgrades the colony militia army to include more powerful units. So anyway, your power is going to go up the more you actually upgrade the buildings that coincide with that. So, like I said, you don't need an army sitting in the city itself, but, you know, watch out for what your colony militia score actually is, because ours is not too great. So if we were under attack, we would have a bad time. Anyway, next turn. Our units are now fully healed. Well, I think our commander needs like a tick left, but that should be fine, leaving it like that. We did gain the upgrade, so we have the mods on all of our units now. I think we're actually about ready to start this engagement, which, like I said, would declare war on the growth. Let's grab this first. Let's grab this surveyor drone, which reveals a Nutrigrub biosphere. There is something in the water, something that snags my fishing nets and breaks my anchor lines. Okay, so it looks like the biosphere is a level 3 landmark, which grants 10 energy, 10 science, and 10 food per turn, which is actually pretty nice. It also grabs a colonist slot for each of those resources. It's way out there, though. So we'll actually have to settle a new city across the water to actually take benefit of that, although I could just rush this way, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, technically, I don't know. See, I'm still kind of learning the way the cities actually expand, because you can only have up to, like, I think 6 sectors? Yeah, so your maximum population looks like to be 16, and I'm not sure if you can actually upgrade this number. I could be completely wrong, but I haven't played that far ahead to really know yet. So if we're going based on this maximum population, we can only have 4 sectors in this city. Which, again, isn't that much. So I would have to actually choose here what I'd want to do, because I can't just grab this sector over here. I have to go through another sector to get to it. So if we grab the research, that's 1. I do kind of want the energy and the production as well. But I need food. I don't know. We'll figure this out as we go. But regardless, let's actually engage with the growth and see what they say. Dear symbiont soul tenebrous, we are the growth. For millennia, we have lived in symbiosis with countless organisms throughout the systems, germinating wherever our seeds may reach. We sense your intelligence and would be interested in a symbiotic relationship. We are still cautious, however. What is it you seek? Well, growth. I actually want to see your flowers wither and die, in this case. So, I'm sorry, but yeah, let's declare the war. Yeah, we're gonna lose 100 reputation with the growth faction. Which, again, just comes with the territory of declaring war on the NPC faction itself. Now, the reason why you wouldn't normally do this is because they actually offer you quest lines, and these quests can reward certain things, give you better units, give you better mods, so it's actually good to build a relationship with these NPC factions. However, they are guarding a pretty powerful landmark, so I kind of want to do this. Alright, so their defense power is 460, ours is 757. I think this is going to be an easy battle. So, yeah, let's jump in. Alright, and here we are. It looks like we're in the ruins of, like, some old temple or something. It actually looks pretty cool. Alright, so it looks like they have some bees. They have some grasshoppers and then a vine flower thing. Alright, so we can, of course, if you want to, I didn't show this in the last combat, but you can actually click on their units to see their attacks, their stats, their morale. You can see everything about this unit if you click on them, which is pretty nice. So it looks like most of these are melee. Yeah. And the Hopper Hound can actually jump onto us, so that's not too good. What are these called? These are worker bees. Perfect, we have bees, and then Vine Bud, and then of course the Hopper Hound. Okay, so what I might think about doing is setting up a line of defense, and then just letting them come to us. Actually, you know what I might do? I might just sit here. There's no need to actually jump up into cover, because they're all melee. They can't shoot at us from afar, so there's no point in setting up a line closer to them where it's going to be easier for them to jump up and attack us. So you know what? Right where we are, let's just set up an Overwatch. They have to come to us, which is perfect. And we'll set you on Overwatch as well. Now, sadly, our main units, which are the indentured, are the only ones that can, of course, go on Overwatch. Luckily, they are more equipped to deal a lot of damage because of the mod that we actually installed on them, but most of our powerful units, which is our commander and our overseer, actually can't go on Overwatch. So we're going to have to wait at least a turn before they get closer before we can actually start attacking. So I guess what we'll do with you is just defense mode. We will move the runners up to here, I think. And then same thing, defense mode. And then commander, yeah, defense mode. All right, let's end the turn.
Operations ready.
And it looks like they didn't decide to move, which actually works in our favor because we have an operation that we can use, which is Arc Discharge, which might actually jump to each of these units. So if we target the Hopper Hound, it would actually target all these units. Well, except for one of the worker bees. You know what? I think I'd rather hit the worker bees because the Vine Bud's not going to take much damage. And if we hold control, we can see why. It's because they have arc resistance. Of course they do. Okay, well, then hit the worker bee, which will hit all 3 of these units. Perfect. They are staggered, and it did lose their Overwatch, which I don't think they even had. So, I don't know if they're actually going to move up, so we might as well go ahead and move up ourselves. Let's first and foremost move our indentured up to... yeah, just this little teal area here. Let's go here. And let's go here, I guess. Okay, can we attack? No, they're still out of range. I will go back on Overwatch because I think that that's still worthwhile for us. That is not. Ah, shoot. Okay, I guess go here. And then Overwatch that way. Okay, perfect. Yeah, Overwatch as well, and then there. Our Overseer is going to go right out in front of our Indentured. Our Runner is going to go out this side, but after our Commander gets through. Okay, there's some terrain over here that's causing our APC to go all wonky, but it's totally normal, right? Let's just turn and face them. Yeah, that's perfect. Nothing is wrong with this unit at all. This is exactly how it was designed, to just sit on top of... I would be terrified if I saw that coming at me. Yeah, thanks for totally sparking fear. Alright, we can attack, so I think we might as well. So one thing that a commenter did point out in the last episode was that on top of this percentage that we have up here, there is still a chance to graze the target. So while you wouldn't be doing full damage, you could still actually attack the target and deal a little bit of damage. So even though we might not hit for 40%, there is still another chance that we graze it for less, which is still pretty nice. So, although I don't think this is worth it. 7% chance to hit this this bud, which yeah, that's definitely not worth that. I think what's more pressing is the Hopper Hound, because the Hopper Hound's jump ability actually pushes us farther away, right? The unit leaps into the air, damaging any flying units before landing behind them. Okay, not that one. Combat jump, right. So jump at the target light ground unit, dealing damage and knocking them back. If the Hopper Hound actually tries to go after one of our Indentured or something like that, they'll actually push them back, which isn't ideal. Not to mention, I think it also staggers. Yeah, it does. So I think this is going to be our first target, so we'll try to go ahead and attack this one. Very nice. You actually did hit the target. And then... Oh, you can actually... Really? Yeah, I guess your range is 7. Alright, well, go ahead and attack.
Enemy killed.
Very, very nice. Alright, so that's one less unit to have to worry about. The runners can't actually attack, so you might as well just defense. Alright, let's see what happens. Okay, so they are going to move up to us now. And they spawned something. Alright, the worker bees are coming up, but... Oh, nice!
Eliminated.
Oh my god, that was perfect. Alright, cool. So now what's left is the worker bee and the vine bud. The vine bud, of course, actually being very, very easy to attack with our psionics. Let's move up right here, just to reduce some long-range penalties. So now we have a 90% chance to attack. I think that's definitely worth it, so you might as well. Okay. Now we will move up the Indentured, I think. So we'll go here. Oh, one thing I didn't mention was that for movement, this little green ring is free movement. So if you want to move back one, you can do that without removing any of your pips, your action pips, which is actually pretty nice. So you have that grace area, which you can move for free, which is, like I said, very, very nice. So let's actually move up here. Let's attack the vine bud. Yeah.
Enemy
Which actually did
eliminated.
destroy that. And then can we attack the... this has a 45% chance. I'd rather hit this.
Serves them
Good
right.
lord, we are extremely powerful right now. Yeah, what I was going to say was the vine bud, or whatever this thing was, actually was melee Overwatch. So if we decided to attack with the runners, they'd also attack us back. Even though we're still doing a ranged attack, they'd still attack us back, which is pretty, you know, it's pretty rough. So either way, let's see if we can actually destroy these worker bees now. Okay, not quite. We still have the commander and the runners. I'm trying to think who I want to get the most experience on. I think, yeah, let's try to upgrade the commander. Okay, it didn't work. Not at all. Alright, runners, take it down. There it is.
Enemy
Perfect.
eliminated. Our forces are victorious.
That voice is still extremely loud. But anyway, that was a perfect battle. You can see all of our units did actually upgrade to the next rank, which is level 1. Our commander did not, but that's okay. We didn't lose a single unit. We didn't get attacked a single time. That was freaking wonderful. And with that, we cleared out the Spatial Engineering Center, which gives us 130 science and an ego bomb, which I think is just a grenade. Yeah, it's a psionic grenade. We can either take the rewards, which that's a lot of science, or we could sell them for about 180 credits, or energy, I should say. So this is more if you're like strapped for cash and you need the money, which we are pretty low, but I'd rather just take the reward. The science is amazing. And that completed all of our science right off the bat. That's that's perfect. And considering we are already at level 4 for our capital, let's go ahead and annex the sector. Okay, so that's going to take at least one turn, but after that turn, we'll actually have this region in our grasp. And then we can go ahead and build the Special Learning Center in Krythus, which is pretty nice. So we did unlock the Empire Task Technologist, which is pretty good. We are actually close to actually completing this, which I think we might be the first one to do it. So before I get into that, I just want to take a look at this. So faction war with the Growth faction, yep, and discover the Growth dwelling. So this is where the Growth resides, which is only like 3 sectors away from our capital. It's across the water, right? So they can't actually do much to us, because I don't even know if they have any naval units over here. I mean, they have the worker bees, which can fly, but that's not enough to take out my capital. Then again, they might have more powerful units that I just don't know about, because I'm still very, very much learning this game, so we'll see what happens there. Actually, you know what? Can we just propose a peace? All I wanted from you guys was that landmark. So if we give them 47 energy, which is basically all of our energy, and 8 influence, which we do have, we can actually propose a ceasefire. I mean, there's no reason to stay at war. That is a lot of energy, though. You know what? Let's do it, right? We didn't mean to start off on the wrong foot with you guys. We propose a peace. Alright, so there we go. We are, of course, at peace with the Growth. We will, of course, be getting missions from them, so we can actually build up our relationship with them, because it's going to start pretty badly, I think. It is... Well, it's not that bad. So, one thing that I didn't mention was that if we built up our relationship with the Growth to, like, be absolutely fantastic, we could have actually told their units to move. However, considering it was, like, the best sector to actually annex, it was just easier to just kill them, rather than to use our influence and stuff like that to tell them to peacefully move away, you know? So it was better in this instance to declare the war, but in other instances, it might just be better to wait it out, do a bunch of quests for them, and then tell them to just move out the area. You know what I mean? I will go ahead and talk about the objectives really quickly here. So, of course, we have the end game victories. So, unify our victories, so research Dawn of New Union, research Dark Lament, or defeat all the commanders and occupy basically all of the sectors. 87 sectors. That's not all of them, but it's a lot. In the meantime, though, you can do certain tasks, and these tasks allow for pretty decent rewards. So, for instance, we have the Technologist, which is actually very easy to get. We only need to use 2 more tactical operations and apply unit mods to 1 more unit. So again, that's very, very easy, especially because we just got Foreboding Darkness, which gave us a new mod towards psionic units, which is, again, something that'll help us achieve this objective. Anyway, you do get a base reward. No matter who completes this, you get a base reward that, in this case, gives us the Technologist Doctrine, which gains 2 tactical operation points, and tactical operations are 25% cheaper to use. That's actually really nice. Now, doctrines are different. You actually use doctrine slots, and doctrine slots are up here. So currently we only have 1 doctrine slot, so if we did have multiple doctrines, we could only choose one of them to implement, and that would stay as our doctrine until we removed it. But if you are the first one to actually complete this objective, you get a Pioneer Award. And in this case, it's a hero item reward. Now, we are very, very close to actually completing this. I think maybe 1 more turn, actually. Well, 1 more turn, 1 more battle. And then we'll actually complete this, and hopefully we actually get a hero item reward. So we'll look at that. There's also a bunch more in here that I will kind of look at as time goes on. The builder, for instance, you have to add a sector to your capital, exploit a colony sector, and found a second colony. So we're a ways away from that because of our second colony. So that'll be something that we do in time. The invader. So declare war on an NPC faction. We did do that. And kill 2 armies belonging to the NPC faction. Well, we only killed 1, so we're halfway there. So if we find another faction that is in a vital location, then we'll see if we can actually go ahead and take this last objective, because the Pioneer Award is receive a Tier 1 unit at your capital colony, which is pretty nice. Okay, and finally, we have the Emissary. Do 2 quests for an NPC faction and achieve peace with an NPC faction. We get 100% more influence from quests as a doctrine, and 25 influence. Okay. We did gain all that research, so we did actually unlock our researches that we were working on. So Foreboding Darkness.
Open their wounds, fix their pleas on vengeance, call light darkness, blind their eyes with injustice, eclipse the sun, deny it purpose, choke out their hopes with ashes of despair. They disbelieve daylight. Gloom is their haven. Jivori of House Ardeli.
Oh my god, that narration is perfect. Anyway, so we got Foreboding Darkness, which gives us the Mark of the Sun unit mod, which again, we're definitely going to grab, and the Tactical Operation Embrace of Darkness. This is actually going to be a really, really cool secret technology path, because it's really, really cool. I mean, it's dark and sinister, which usually isn't my forte. I usually like to go like light and, you know, good. But this is it's very cool. We will select a new research in a second, but we did also unlock frontier facilities.
Our colonies require the means to protect themselves and a reason to stay. At the very least, it's time to invest in some good old-fashioned guns and beer. Dollar Smith, Deneb Colony Mayor.
Guns and beer. Perfect. This is America, apparently. Anyway, so Frontier Facilities, right, it gives us the Recreational Dome, the Military Infrastructure, and the Colonizer, which is very, very good. Now we'll go ahead and select our new researches. So we could actually expand into our first tier of sector improvements towards developments. Yeah. I'm not sure if this will actually affect our first sector, because while this sector is technically a research exploitation, it has a landmark in it. So I'm not sure if it's just going to be the landmark sector or the landmark and research center. Well, I'll get to my point. I'm not sure if this tech will actually affect it. So research development would allow us to upgrade our research sectors to level 2, as well as give 2 new buildings. But like I said, I'm not sure if that's going to apply to that sector. So I guess in the meantime, we can go after a strategic operation, which is Area Surveillance. Area Surveillance allows us to have 2 special operations that we could use on the map. Now, it's different from Doctrines in that we could use these and there's a set duration of time that they're active for. And of course, you can keep repriming these operations and keep using them, which is pretty nice. Although it does come at a cost of like heavy energy, but you need to produce quite a bit to use these quite frequently. So let's just do this. It's going to be 1 turn. That's nothing. So let's just unlock that. Okay, and for military, we could keep going down the sign number path, or we can kind of stay back, go down one of these other paths that we have unlocked. So we have Exploit Weakness, which again unlocks the support kind of mods and operations. Or Dominion of Purification. What is this? Dispels all negative status effects on every unit within a 1 hex radius. That's meh. We have Focus Flames. It applies a burning damage. Come on. A burning damage to all psionic attacks. Really? That sounds fantastic. Or Mantra of Clarity, which attacks from this unit leave a debuff on their target, making that unit 20% easier to hit. Psionic buffs from this unit now make friendly units 20% harder to hit. Additionally, this mod grants 10% increased damage to all abilities. Holy crap! Couple this mod, and the Embrace of the Mark of the Dark Sun, and you have a pretty powerful psionic unit in the early game, which is, yeah, let's research that. That's a no-brainer. I would love to have that. Orders required. We will just sit here, I guess, for now. Well, yeah, sit here for now, because I actually want to upgrade my commander. Our commander is going to have Mark of the Dark Sun. Nope, not this turn because we're out of energy. But next turn we'll get Mark of the Dark Sun. Also, our scout will come back here to grab this energy stash as soon as possible, because we absolutely need the energy now. Okay, you will just sit here. Alright, and that's it for this turn. I will go one more turn before we end the episode, just so we can kind of get that done. So, we met the Psy Fish. It's actually a faction. Okay, so the Psy Fish is an ancient species of psionically powered creatures originating from the void. They acquire knowledge by extracting and consuming the brains of other organisms. Yikes, okay. Soul Tenebris, a physical presence, interaction. Your kind is different. True? True. I don't know how you're supposed to say that. Cosmic Kin, longing to return. Commune? Yeah, we come in peace. Allow us to help you. I don't have any qualms with this this faction. In fact, they're not really on something that I really care about at this point in time, so we'll just let this kind of slide. This planet, spherical. This plane, foreign. Tastes of danger. Smells of unfamiliarity. Task, physical. Acceptance? I accept this task, yes. The archaic ones. They hunt us. We try calmness. It is not effective. They are caught in the past. We try reaching. They hunt us. Paragon pursue. Protect us? They have a very interesting way of speaking. I actually like this quite a bit. Yeah, I accept. So we have to kill 4 units. We have 10 turns to actually complete these quests. But if you do complete these objectives, you will get the rewards down here. So in this quest, we will receive 10 relations bonus, 10 influence, and 21 science, which I think is definitely worthwhile. Okay. Okay, we've also unlocked an Empire task, the Operator, which we need to use a strategic operation, use a covert operation, and use a doctrine operation, as well as research the operation effectiveness 1 skill. Okay, we'll take a look at that after. Message from the Growth. Locust Plague. We are being eaten alive. Our branches are stripped bare. Sap is spilling out of open wounds. There is pain with every cut these animals inflict. Our fruits and nectar are freely available. Yet this is not enough for some. Return our nutrients by committing the plant eaters' bodies to the ground. Okay, again, this is kind of like the same last quest that we accepted, which kill 4 units. We gain relations, influence, and science. I think we will accept. They are pretty close to us. So I think we could probably do both of these and then gain relations with both of these factions, which is pretty nice. Alright, we did discover the Psy Fish dwelling, which is over here in the desert. That's, okay. It's like got Minecraft logic in that the desert is just directly connected to the tundra and the Arctic terrain, which is interesting. Dwelling of the Renouncer Lair. That actually looks pretty damn awesome. It's like very, well, it's very voidy, which makes a lot of sense. All right, and we did discover area surveillance.
If you want to improve your capabilities, you don't just set a goal, you must also monitor it. Only by carefully watching your progression, guarding against backsliding, can you achieve solid success. Tony Rubio Strong, Manpower and Machine Motivational Consulting.
All right, awesome. So we did gain these 2 operations and capability ranking. So unlocks capability rankings shown in the Empire tasks interface. Capability is visible for your Empire and its allies. I have no idea what that means. Oh. Unity capability. Unity capability represents a player's performance in creating peaceful resolutions with other players and factions. Okay. I don't know what that means exactly, but, oh, I could show rankings. Oh, what is this? This is a lot of fun. Okay. Well, we'll get into this later. It looks like a score timeline, which is pretty cool. Either way, I think that's going to be it for this episode, so thank you all for watching, and definitely stay tuned for more.